Hi, everyone. Welcome to our exciting keynote discussion with Chef Stephanie Izard. Stephanie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I'll do a little introduction of myself, and then I'm going to turn it over to you to introduce yourself a little bit. I am PartySlate's Senior Marketing Director, Lauren Mandel. And again, this is one of our keynote discussions for today at the main event. Stephanie, would you mind just giving a brief introduction? I'm sure many people know you. I know you from Top Chef and from Chicago. PartySlate's based in Chicago. But anything else you want to add, I'm sure our viewers would love to hear.
Sure. Stephanie Izard. I am right now sitting in the West Loop above my restaurants that I have here. I have Girl and the Goat that opened about 10 years ago. Little Goat that opened about 7 years ago. Duck Duck Goat is just up the street, opened 4 years ago. We opened Cabra last spring, our Peruvian restaurant. And then just a little over a month ago, we opened SugarGo, which is our sweets bakery. We also have Group Catering that operates out of here and our national shipping of kits and stuff. So all sorts of stuff in our little goat land.
Amazing. And everyone at PartySlate is huge fans of all of your Chicago spots. It's our luck that we're based here and we get to take advantage of it. So actually, my first question was going to be just to ask you about your new opening. Congratulations on SugarGo. I have not been there yet. I have to go. But it's getting all sorts of buzz. The baked goods look incredible. Tell us a little bit about your newest opening.
Sure. It really honestly came about because of sort of pivoting and making changes as the pandemic continues. Our team got much smaller, and so I was working really closely with our pastry sous chef at the time, Faith, and she and I, on days where we were in the bakery together, started just talking about fun flavor combinations and things we could try out. And as we started making things that were just really fun and unique, like our fry pie, which tastes like you dipped French fries into a chocolate shake.
That sounds
we
amazing.
Just decided, I was like, we need to have an outlet for this. And then we started talking about SugarGo. And then we decided it was going to just be delivery only, but we decided to really rent out the space next to Little Goat for this new venue. And now we open just in time for Thanksgiving, and we'll be really open for all of the holiday season as well, which is great. But we're going to start national shipping, and people just come in and pick up cupcakes, and we have cakes and pies and all sorts of stuff. But it's just a little bit different than you might find somewhere else. A crunch, a little bit of savory notes, really fun.
Love that. I'll have to make it over to the West Loop. I think I want to pivot really quickly and talk about the restaurants and all the ways that restaurants have persevered during this time. You know, you mentioned you launched SugarGo, you're doing something a little bit different. Talk about ways that all of your restaurants have had to pivot and persevere during this really unprecedented time.
Sure. You know, it's kind of ongoing. I think like day by day, we make little changes. The most pivoting that we've done is within the building that SugarGo is sort of next to. Little Goat Diner, we had a snack bar this summer with a walk-up window, but we didn't bring back servers. We brought back servers for a little bit, and then the pandemic got worse again. But what we started doing was national shipping of meal kits. We were doing local ones at first, and then we joined into national shipping. So you can get it both ways, but it's something I never would have thought that we could take all of the flavors of the restaurants and put them into a box and then create videos for people to watch and, you know, really easy to follow recipes and such. So that's really sort of, you know, saved this restaurant and now turned into something we'll continue to do. The other restaurants, it's launching to go, which, you know, most restaurants are doing, and many restaurants that never thought they would do it. I think we all kind of like were wowed when Alinea kind of kicked it off by doing takeout food, but you would never think that Alinea would do takeout food, and they were, you know, continue to be a huge success. Girl and the Goat, I never would have thought to do DoorDash, and been on different platforms. So now we see that even when we do, you know, get to reopen, hopefully not in too much longer, a few more months, that this can be part of our, you know, the longevity of the restaurants and sort of just add to our, you know, income. And we've also learned to shrink our, we've had to shrink the size of our staff just a little bit, but now we know as we grow, maybe we can grow a little bit smarter again. So trying to always look at silver linings, pivoting and trying to do new things and see how it kind of affect our business positively later.
I love that. I'm actually going to share your catering branch, Group Catering, has a PartySlate profile, and I'm going to share. It looks like you guys are doing really some amazing things. You have an amazing profile on PartySlate, and you have this really fun gift guide. Like, I think this is such a fun way that your team has innovated, played into the holidays, and really leveraged opportunity that may not have come about otherwise.
Yeah, it's been really great. You know, I love our Group Catering kind of came about a couple of years ago. We were asked to cook in someone's home. And again, I never thought that I would do catering in general. We cooked in someone's home for about 25 people, I think was the first event that we did. And I was like, that was amazing. We actually recreated, we took Girl and the Goat and put it into someone's home, and it was truly delicious and amazing. So it's just been growing ever since. And we've done a lot of weddings. My catering manager, Patrick, loves working with brides. So he's done a lot of weddings. We've done all sorts of events of different sizes in homes, in different event spaces. We also kind of work together to help with all of the other details of the event, which I think is really great. So right now it's sort of pivoting into meal kits and doing some drop-off catering and things like that. But I'm excited I know we already have a lot of folks that have reached out about next spring, seeing that things are going to change a little bit. And we can't really give, final answers on when we're going to start doing weddings again. And I hope, for all of the brides and grooms out there that we'll be able to do it sometime soon.
Us too. I think us at Party Slate, we're very hopeful about that. A lot of people think that when events start to come back again, weddings, rehearsal dinners, all sorts of types of events, that there might be an emphasis on smaller, more intimate events. Do you think that that gives restaurants especially reason to be optimistic for their private dining rooms and ways that people can host there?
Definitely. I think that's something that we had tapped into before the pandemic even. I'm sitting on the rooftop at Little Goat right now, actually. And this became this amazing wedding venue that we never would have thought of when we first opened it up, because it's a beautiful space. It can be a little bit more affordable to do a smaller wedding. So we've turned it into this beautiful wedding venue that we can really, bring folks inside while we flip the outside. And it's been really great. And plus, I love when there's a wedding here. It's just so amazing to see a woman in her wedding dress come upstairs, or we've had a lot of just all types of weddings up here. And it's been really cool.
And the view from Little Goat is amazing. So I can only imagine what the photos look like and everything. Yeah. How can, you mentioned a little bit that you're doing delivery and you're doing national delivery. How can consumers, there's a lot of people tuning in today to watch this. How can consumers continue to help restaurants, not just now, but going into 2021 before events and restaurants do come back? What else can they do to help?
I mean, I think, definitely just continuing to support. I know everyone is loving to cook at home these days, but you can, the things that we're doing, the meal kits, it is still cooking at home. We just kind of save you on all of the shopping, and we give you some fun recipes and tools to do something you might not normally do. So that's a great way with all the restaurants doing that. Also just ordering takeout, it's just supporting as much as you can your favorite restaurants. Even though you can't go there, you can still get a great experience. And there's also different organizations like Southern Smoke that you can donate to. I know a lot of restaurants also on their websites have funds for their staffs that have been furloughed. So just, think of the places that you've always supported over the years, or some that you've just wanted to support. And what a great holiday gift. I had my aunt and uncle reach out about wanting to just support our restaurants and our staffs as their gift to all of my other relatives. So they decided to do that, which is just super cool.
That's a great idea. I love that idea. I actually want to turn to a different initiative. You are the chair of the board of a new organization called Equality Should Be Normal. You guys just recently had an amazing virtual fundraiser where you offered, again, meal kit pickup or delivery. A lot of amazing chefs participated with you. It's an incredible cause. Do you think the pandemic has placed a new emphasis and really motivated the restaurant industry and chefs to give back? Obviously, people were doing that before, but it seems like there's more and more of that in the past few months.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as we did the gala just recently. And we've always, the chef community has always given back and always done so many different events. But before, it was sort of, it happened so much that it probably went a little even more unseen. I know that when I started working with Equality Should Be Normal, Romel Murphy, who launched it, he wasn't even aware that chefs did all of these galas and did all these different fundraising things, because it just kind of became part of everything that was always happening. And now I think everybody's much more in tune to be able to see all of the really cool things that the chef community has always wanted to do. We get to cook food for people and help raise money. And now for me, I decided to take it one step further and actually join the board of Equality Should Be Normal as the board chair, and really see how we can take this new organization even further and sort of open up Romel and the rest of the board's eyes to what a big part the chef community can be in raising funds and awareness.
I love that. And virtual really allows you to do that even during this time, which is incredible.
Yeah, honestly, putting together a virtual gala, I hope that trend kind of continues as a way to do things, because one, you can attend without even leaving your home. I'm sure that some of the attendees got dressed up and some probably were in their pajamas. I had a friend that was in her pajamas with some holiday hats and things like that. But also I could bring in chefs, Marcus Samuelson, Kristen Kish, Carla Hall, were my chef friends that participated from outside of the city. They didn't have to fly here to do it.
Right, people can participate in ways that they may not have been able to before.
Yeah, it's really fantastic. And we could raise, a great funds without there's a little bit less overhead involved, which is great. So it was truly amazing and just a really fun experience.
Amazing. I think you mentioned a couple minutes ago, you said, people really want to cook at home, but a great way to do that is to, order these meal kits, order takeout, order delivery. Are you finding, I think about this for myself, like I'm lately craving things that I used to love getting at restaurants that I don't want to cook myself. I want that eclectic mix. I want things that maybe I don't want to cook myself, while others maybe are craving more comfort food because you're home more. Are you finding there are trends in what people are craving, what they want to eat during this time?
It's interesting. I feel like people are still kind of treating it like it was, where they get sort of the fancier things on the weekends. They might go for our bigger meal kits, and then on the weekdays they're just ordering, like DuckDuckGo like does so well during the weekdays because it's just a normal quick weekday meal. So I think folks are still having date night, and they're still having family night, and they're still sort of treating those specialty evenings with different cravings. But it's been really fun to see. I think that even in planning events or family events, for the holidays or beyond that, you can get a bunch of meal kits delivered to people all over the country and just have a virtual, whether it's, we host virtual events with myself cooking or other sous chefs, but even just with your family doing Zoom and all getting the same meal kit. And it's like you're sitting there and eating together, which I think is really great.
Right. You can maintain that family feel even through the holidays, even if you can't be together.
Yep.
Love that. Well, I just have one final question. So we at Party Slate, obviously we're all about events, planning events, hosting events. We are really optimistic about events returning in 2021, probably not right away, but in virtual form and then in more intimate formats. What's something that you're really optimistic about going into the new year?
I think that everybody, hopefully a lot of restaurants will be able to survive this. There are some that are not going to be able to, but hopefully those restaurateurs will find ways to get back into the industry afterwards. I'm optimistic about that. As far as our restaurants go, I think that see the silver lining, as I mentioned, of that we've learned new things that we can do, and now we can kind of get our restaurants reopen in a stronger way, be better than we were before. Celebrating these new offerings of virtual gatherings and things, and adding that to our catering. It's maybe your family can't all come to your wedding, but we can send your family in another state the dinner that you're going to have at your event, and they can kind of still virtually participate. So I think it just kind of opens people's eyes to some cool new things that are going to happen. So I'm excited just to see how people take their pivoting and kind of apply it to the future and ongoing.
Yeah, a lot of silver linings are going to come out of this, even though it's been a tough time. So
it's hard to see right now. Yeah,
it's hard to see right now from my bedroom at home for sure. But
yeah,
I really so appreciate you joining us. We are so appreciative. Thank you to everybody who was tuning in for this session, our last of the day, and we have a full day lineup for you tomorrow. So we will see you back here at 10 a.m. Central Time for day 2 of the main event. Have a great night.
Thanks, everybody.